just as fast as your speedboats, but they swim the fastest and they use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as part of their communication. They can use pectoral slaps to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But if they really want to be heard, they preach. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt. Slaps are another form of communication that killer whales can use in the wild.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they play a part to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
You can see Nakai demonstrate the same movement and behavior right here for all of you. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking seals into the water. She's been showing off her wave-making technique, demonstrating one of the many complex and impressive hunting abilities that killer whales have developed all over the world. Now you just saw these waves crashing in front of you, but you can't really imagine the amount of water displaced until you've experienced it firsthand. Luckily, I had two very brave volunteers who are ready to experience the power of the waves made by our whales. All right, guys, I have Ian and Martin. Everyone give it up. All right, guys, they're ready. Look at this. I have a seat scoots all the way back. Hold on tight. You guys ready? Looks like Oregon's behind you. I'm moving. By the way, section, we're going to be sharing the bait. Get ready. Animal on Earth. It's 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than any of our killer whales. So how can a whale this size eat a whale that size in the wild? It's possible because killer whales are the ultimate team player.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is a very important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales are always interacting and showing off their playful sides in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a killer whale swims fast to the surface, breaking out of the water just briefly. You can see them do this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or when surfing in a wave. to be touched and will rub their bellies on different surfaces whenever they can. We often see our whales rubbing on all sorts of different surfaces, just like whales of British Columbia would. Killer whales are always imitating each other in the wild. We here at SeaWorld every day. The whales are always interacting, mimicking, and learning from one another. Does have a purpose. For example, they can use a tail whip when hunting to stun fish. But today, I think they might be stunning all of you. Now, we interact with our whales all day, every day, allowing us to build trusted relationships so that we can provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. Our whales here at SeaWorld take an active part in their own health and well-being. If you turn your attention to the stage, you can see our whales showing their tails to their behaviorists. Now, this is a very important behavior because it allows us to take a voluntary blood sample to monitor their health. The whales will also slide out on the scale so that we can monitor their weights. Now, we'll do these weights weekly to make sure that our youngsters, like Makani and Amaya, are gaining weight properly, and our adults are maintaining a healthy weight. We can also take a breath sample from their blowhole. Now, all of these behaviors are only made possible because of the relationships that we build together, day after day, here at SeaWorld. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce you to Nakai. Now, Nakai is a very special boy here at SeaWorld San Diego. He's a 17-year-old male, and he has such a fun, playful, and quirky personality. He loves spending time with his behaviorists and getting nice long rub-downs. Now, we challenge our whales every day to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play. Keep our whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.